Hey everyone, welcome back in. This is Pharaoh with Total Understanding Tarot. We are here with your weekend collective career reading. So let's tap right into it. Okay, and we're back. Thank you so much for joining us here once again. This is Pharaoh and Total Understanding Tarot. This will be your weekly collective career reading. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can visit our new website, www.TotalUnderstandingTarot.com. That information is in the description box. Okay, and follow us over on Instagram at Pharaohs Rise. Our Total Understanding Tarot page is no longer in service, so we will not be using that. Do not click on anything that's Total Understanding Tarot on Instagram. Pharaohs Rise is where you'll find our daily collective readings, and here is where you will find our collective reading. These are a bit longer, okay? And I hope y'all have been doing good. I know the energies are heavy, but continue to persevere because as I was saying in the other reading, this is harvest season, and while you do still have to go. Speaking of which, we got the Scorpio card, the death energy here, major transformative energy. Check out that love reading. There's a lot of gems over there that I think that the collective would really benefit from. It's not all about romantic love and what you would generally think. That's how our readings are. It's more so about loving yourself first and how that is reflected outwardly from you. So you will get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it was like some really good downloads, some really good information that came through over there. So I would highly advise you guys to check that out. Also, while we're here, before we start the reading, there's just energy of, one moment, I need to get some more, I just ran out of my coal over here. Hold on. Okay, thank you guys. So, thank you all. So, like I was saying, there were some great downloads over there. So, before we tap into the actual reading, there are a few things that I want to bring to you. So I was watching Harriet, you know, the movie, basically documenting Harriet Tubman, and there was just this energy of just be mindful of who you partner with and who you speak things to at this time, because there were a few of the enslaved people who basically ran away to freedom, and there was one gentleman, he said he was just really sad and a bit distraught because he was like, he didn't get to speak to his, they didn't say who, but either his wife or his mother or the family that he loved, he said, because he knew that if he told them, they were going to start screaming and carrying on before he could even get free. So it's just this energy of, even if people may love you, they may not understand your goal. They may not understand your mission. So speaking those things that haven't been birthed yet to them could be detrimental to your vision overall, or could severely slow you down, right? It won't stop you completely, but it could put a major roadblock because you're speaking life to people who have ears that cannot hear, so to speak. And no disrespect to the deaf community. It's just that energy of, you're trying to show someone something that they don't have the capacity to see. Okay, so just be mindful. Keep things to yourself until they are fully birthed, and then people will just see it. You know, you got a project you're working on, keep that low key, and then, you know, people are going to see when it drop. You have any situation, any business that you're building, any new startup that you're planning, do the groundwork and people will see it when you bust out with that the whole project. You know, some of y'all want to show too much. You get a logo design and then now you got the logo everywhere and the page is empty and the website coming soon. Wait till you get everything together. That way it's already out there. You know, you're going to experience enough friction just doing that part. So you don't want it to be in its infancy stages and you still trying to battle negative energy and negative ideas and negative input as well as build your business. So just keep that in mind. And we got the 8 of coins on the bottom. Yes, put that groundwork in. There's a analogy I made over in the love reading about squirrels at this time. You know, they play and have fun all summer. They be kicking it, but they know when they sense that weather changing, it's grind time. They're getting those acorns because they know when the winter comes, and that's the inspiration for using this. Winter is coming. When the winter comes, they know they need to have their stuff stored up. They can't go knock on their neighbor's tree who they've done the work, they've done their due diligence, and now they're trying to get food from them and like cipher off of them. That type of energy. We have the High Priestess. So intuitively, you feel this shift in your career. You feel this shift in something that you've been working on. It's something that you've been putting effort into, something that you've been building. You have clarity now on what it is that you need to do, what ways you need to stand up within yourself and have confidence in the way that you need to press forward. And the goal and the key is to work with the natural energies and to work with the natural rhythms that planet Earth has. So trying to get something started in the dead of winter is not an ideal time to birth something, right? So just kind of go with the seasons on that. And there are exceptions to that. Just take it how it fits, how it resonates for you. But working with the last bit of this solar energy, this transitional period, right? Because technically we've already had the solstice, right? But we're still in that little middle area, that transitioning period. And like I said before, that the universe is very fair. They're not just about to thrust you into, we don't go straight from summer to winter. You know, there's this time in between to make adjustments for you to get yourself acclimated to this new process and to this new season. So take that, how that resonates within your own business, within your own life. What is the universe sort of intuitively urging you to do? Are they saying, so, okay, go ahead and amp up that routine a little bit. Okay, go ahead and get up a little earlier so you can hit the gym and you can get that meditation time in. Because trying to amp that up in the dead of winter when new things may be dropping on your plate is already going to be challenging enough. So you don't want to have to try and build too many habits from the ground up in like December or January, for example. Okay, so just roll with that. We have the Temperance on the bottom, Sagittarian energy, but also this is Archangel Michael as well on the traditional card. So this is you being very protected as you study and grind it out, as you do what it takes to get the knowledge that you need. Sam wanted to be a maester, which is someone who's just well versed in the healing arts. You know, very much so. I'm feeling like magician energy, like just being able to heal people and being able to know the ins and outs of the human body. And that takes study, that takes time. And that's something that doesn't happen overnight. So your passions will require you to put in effort. Your passions will require you to basically burn that midnight oil, burn that candle while prioritizing time for yourself. So you may have to cut away some things that aren't really in alignment with who you are, negative talk that you're hearing in your mind, as well as negative talk of others, may seem to be a little bit higher as you get closer and closer to your goal, because it has been a while for some of you guys. So make sure you carry stones with you at this time. Make sure you carry protective sigils if that's what you're into. I gotta keep lighting this because the coal went out and it takes a minute for me to light those back up. So yeah, being prepared. You see, like I was just talking about being prepared. Like took it a little bit longer in starting the first reading, so the coal was burned a little smaller. It usually lasts way longer than the readings itself, but I didn't feel like I was wasting time, but I was just kind of doing things that weren't really required. You know, like, oh, I would see something and tidy it up real quick. And it's like, you're supposed to be doing the readings right now. So this is time to just focus, extreme focus. There are going to be a lot of distractions. There are going to be a lot of things that you want to do, but don't sacrifice your long-term goals for a short-term gain. You know, it's that instant gratification, that ego death that needs to be transformed, right? Because when you get to, not even before you get to this time next year, when you're in the dead of winter, you want to see like, wow, like I'm so glad I started in October. I'm so glad I started at the first of the month. Whenever you watch, this is a timeless reading, but for the purpose of this, conversation, you'll be so glad you started when you did. So start now. Okay, I'm tapping it. You have the Knight of Swords with the Two of Cups and the Magician. So there's an emotionally fulfilling way. They're also showing me in this card, this sigil of this house is also on the Hangman's card. So you're seeing the ways that you need to progress with moving forward. This is communication. This is swift communication, right? With the Fool, yeah, because you're manifesting in a new beginning. These are major arcana, and this is the energy that the divine is giving you help with. So it's like, you may feel like, oh, I'm just doing it by myself. The divine is like, nah, we got your back. We got your back in starting this. We got your back. We're showing you that you have all the tools. You may not feel that, oh, I don't have the resources, or, oh, I don't have the manpower. That's it. You do, and we're showing you every single day how to move into this energy, because what you want exists. The dragon that Tyrion always imagined exists. He has to be brave enough to go down into the dungeon to see it. He had to be brave enough to go and get it. So with this Two of Cups, it's something that's equally balanced. Some of you guys want partnerships. Some of you guys need business partners. Some of you guys are very business savvy, but you need a creative spark. Some of you guys are super creative and can create everything, but you need I said need, but you want a business partner. They're trying to help you usher that in, but there's a certain element of knowing on your own that you need to know. You need to be confident to know that you can handle this until you do get that support. So if you need to learn about business, YouTube, Google, right? This is a whole a free database that you can learn as much as you possibly can. And of course, there's always going to be people who specialize in those certain things, but you still want to be well studied enough on your own so you won't be taken advantage of. So you'll at least know how to read a contract or see a contract that you know that you need help with. If it's a creative spark, yes, you're business savvy, but you also have eyes. You know what works. You know what pops in the market. You know what you like. You know what work sells. So you have that creative eye. So it's just like strengthening that. And they're showing me the smoky quartz, so that may be helpful to get, because that helps dispels illusions. And many times we talk down on ourselves, and we only see ourselves in a certain light or from a different perspective. But we can accomplish more physically when we start to I don't even say that, but understand, or see or visually see inside of who we really are in terms of our capacity to create and our capacity to bring about the manifestations that we want. And so, yeah, we have the Magician. We have the Ten of Spears with the Page of Coins. So yeah, like I said, some of you guys feel like you're carrying the burden alone. You feel like you're carrying the burden alone, or some of you guys even feel like someone owes you something. Something to prove. Be mindful of what you're motivated by at this time. What's motivating you to do what you want? Are you just doing this business so you can stun on people, so you can show it in their faces? Is that the ultimate goal? To show people like, oh, you weren't with me before, da-da-da-da. And that may be a reality for you, and that's okay, but is that the reason why you're doing what you're doing? You know, just be mindful of that, because you have a lot of unnecessary burdens here. And so you're going to manifest more of those burdens if, you know, you're going to manifest more reasons to have to stunt. So, which means you're going to have more adversaries to stunt on. And so it's just this energy of purify your motives, purify your intentions, so that way what comes back to you is that intention of what you're setting. So if it's to leave a legacy, if it's to help the generations coming behind you, if it's to create financial stability for your family, it's to be able to live a healthy life here. Operate from a higher perspective. So that way you can get that energy back, because hey, you can work, you can grind, but if your goal is revenge, if your goal is that, in order for you to elevate, you're always going to have somebody to get revenge over. So that means you're always going to have to attract a certain type of person, a certain lower vibration for you to overcome, as opposed to you saying, I'm just wanting to elevate and to leave a legacy for a future generation, or to ensure a healthy lifestyle for me and my family. And there's going to be enough conflict with just that energy on its own. Even having the best of intentions, you're going to experience a little bit of friction, a little bit of push and pull. So minimize that by purifying your intentions. And we have the Page of Coins. So some of you guys may be stressed about money. There's some sort of external conflict that you're facing. Yeah, you may be taking on other people's burdens. Now is not the time to do extra stuff. If it's not about your business, if it's not about what you have going on, you don't have time for it. Because right now, like I said, this is time for you to get your harvest. You have to make sure that your house is swept clean. You have to make sure that your field is cleared out before you can help anyone else. Your cup has to be running over for you to help. Even if you're at 100%, giving depletes you. So you want to be above 100% so that even if you do give, you're still operating at full level. There's enough self-sacrifice going on. You've sacrificed yourself enough. You know, there was this quote by Dr. Tamar Bryant. It basically said, your phone number is not a crisis hotline. You know, you may be the understanding one, you may be the wise one, you may be the intuitive one, but it's this energy that if people are only calling you for that, you're just their supply. So it's time for you to start supplying yourself. Start using that N-O word, no, you know, and stand in that power. Because there are people around you who just want to be linked onto you because they know you're going to glow up sooner or later. So they just want to stay connected. So just be mindful of that. And we had a Page of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, we have some energies and some people that, you know, may have felt like they're trying to manifest you back because they see that, oh, hey, this person is glowing up. Dang, I shouldn't have left them in the past. I should have stayed with them on that business idea. I should have da-da-da-da. So they're trying to manifest you back in. And it's, come on now, we got double energy. So it's just this energy of like, just be mindful at this time because you're looking real good. Even if you aren't doing as good as people think you are, you looking real good and you on your way to be doing that good. Victor, I didn't even see this card on the bottom. You looking very victorious. And on the traditional card, there's, come on now, right? And that's, you're protected, right? So don't worry. But there are some people, they keep showing me the way this card felt on little finger eye. It was the same energy of like one eye was covered. So there is some half truths. There's someone in your energy that's not showing you who they really are. They're just sticking around. And I usually try to read mostly from high vibrational things, but the truth is the truth. So you have to know that there are people in your circle who aren't wanting the best for you. And your intuition has to come online before you visually see it with your eyes. By the time you see the storm, it's too late. By the time you see with your eyes what the person has done, by the time you see the deception, it's too late. So it's time for you to cut things off now. It's time for you to make those hard decisions now, Emperor, Empress. We spoke about this before. If you want to be a queen, a king, that's cool. Just say that. Some of y'all just okay with being a knight. Some of y'all just okay with riding out under orders of somebody. And every king needs a knight. Every queen needs a knight. Every emperor needs a king, queen, and court. Everyone fall where you are, but just be real about what you're willing to give. Be real about what you're willing to sacrifice and what you're willing to do. Because the emperor or the empress is more than just a title of glory. That is a huge responsibility to call yourself that and to be put in that position. Okay? So we got the Six of Spears here. So you will be victorious over this energy. Just honor yourself. And that's the answer. It's something that needs to be released. I'm feeling like a tightness over the right side and coming up right here. So it's like something's like hovering over your shoulder. It's some sort like a bird. Like I said, it's a 10 of Wands. It's some burden that you feel like you have to carry. That you have to be the peacemaker in every situation. That you have to be the healer in every situation. That you have to be the bank, the ATM in every situation. Everyone comes to you when they want money. Everyone comes to you when they need a sound advice and then treat you like crap the rest of the time and then come back to you. You know, take the money that you loaned them and then squander it and then come back to you. It's like this energy of like constant conflict that you're allowing because you are the star, number one. You are that one. So you have to see yourself like this. Sansa went through the majority of this series not knowing who she was truly. She knew her last name. She knew that she had a place, but she wasn't able to stand up in her power and really take her rightful place until so many heartbreaks, so many deceptions, being used and abused. And it's just like, hold up. I'm Sansa Stark. You know, I am the Queen of the North. Like, it's this energy of like having your heart broke up in so many times by various betrayals, by settling for less than your worth, by continuously going to apply for jobs, and like you see your greatness, but yet you're still, for some of you guys who aren't operating, some of you guys are going to get those CEO type jobs or whatever job that you want, but I'm talking specifically to people who are trying to start their own business, and that may not be for everyone, and that's okay, right? Everyone is not supposed to be out here trying to do the same thing. But I will say this, you got to have a game plan. Being here in America, being here on this planet, you want to take control of your finances to where another person can't just cut off your supply and then you're stuck. So even if you do have a 9-to-5, having multiple streams is so very important, because if one gets cut off, you're not scrambling. And that also leads into you saving and stacking up. Okay, and spending only a small portion of what it is that you make. And it doesn't mean living, you know, beneath your means, but it's like, why are you being so overly like wasteful? There's a difference between enjoying your life and being wasteful. So that's for some of y'all. But the star also represents healing, right? That's Aquarius energy, and being in the age of Aquarius, we're getting a lot of divine retribution at this time. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, you may have felt lonely. You may have felt like the black sheep. You may have felt, we got the King of Swords with the Nine of Swords, but guess what? What happened when Sansa started making decisions? She cut off that main narcissist. If y'all haven't seen the series, pretty much when I read with this deck, the Game of Thrones, I have to speak about it. So just be mindful. There are going to be some spoilers because I do speak about the deck, about the series while I speak on this deck, okay? But yeah, after she cut off that main narcissist, Littlefinger, right, was manipulating her for his own gain. He ultimately played himself, right? And that's why they're showing me this. That's why they show me this magician, because there's someone or some energy that feels like they could just keep running game on you. I alluded to this in the love reading. So this is also affecting the career sector as well, right? Everything affects one thing. So that's why it's important for you to study and show yourself approved. Even if it's not your strong suit, you're intelligent enough to learn. Because when you know people can't run game on you, even if someone is specialized in something, if you have knowledge about it, you'll have enough knowledge to be like, not super familiar, but that doesn't sound right, so I'm about to go over here. You know, so try not to rely on someone 100% for something. Keep your hand in everything. That's one thing that's kind of been coming to me too. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of high-level, powerful women in particular, major CEOs, major people who are running things, and they always sign their checks. Like, that's one thing, like, I'm like, they have all these people working for them, but they literally sit down. You know, because sometimes you can have somebody else sign, but they always sign out their checks, and it's just like, wow, like, they really have their hand in every aspect of their business. And of course, working for them, obviously, if I'm working for them, they don't have their hand in everything firsthand because they delegate. But when it comes to the business sector, they know what's going on. And I'm talking about multiple people. I'm not just talking about one person I've worked for. Multiple people handle their business like that. So it's just this energy of, yeah, even when you do get the help that you want, even when you do start delegating, you still want to know what's going on with whatever business you have going on, with every company you're running, with whatever sector of the industry that you're in. And we got the Queen of Coins, big bank. So you're moving into this energy. Yeah. It's an ending on you having to beg, borrow, and steal. It's an ending on you having to get loans. It's an ending on you being the lone wolf is what I'm hearing. It's an ending on that. You coming into contact with your tribe. And this could be somebody from the past that you thought was lost, right? Because John and Sansa was reunited here. So this could be an energy of physically coming into contact with someone from your past. I'm feeling high level. Hold on. Here we go. Let me see. For some of y'all, boom. You get the trick before the treat. It's trick or treat. right? So you're going to have someone revisiting you because there's a 5 of coins clarified by the deception card, the 7 of swords, which came out in the love reading. It's this energy of be clear on what you want, because you're going to get some energies that are going to try you. And so you're going to know you're ready for what you truly say you want by what you say yes to and what you accept. Now, if you allow these old energies to come back in, if you allow these old people to have a place in your life, then what you say you want is what you're not ready for what you say you want, because you wouldn't accept anything less than, right? So it may be, it's that past, it was a 6 of cups, but just take it how it resonates. It can be an actual past person who did deceive you, who you did leave out, who maybe even left you out, and you had to rebuild yourself. Now they see you popping and healing as a bomb star. You showing your face everywhere. You looking good. You popping. You getting things started. They want to come back and circle around. Maybe even have some new business plans. Maybe even one of the da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's also that same energy manifesting in new people. So be mindful of that, because you're associating that pain with a person. That's why it's important for you to heal. When you heal, you take the lesson and you leave the person, which is the baggage. So that way, in any form, whatever energy that comes through in any form, any human face, any situation, you can pinpoint it and dispel it and say, that's not for me. But if you're holding that hurt and attaching it to a person or a situation, you can only identify it when it comes through the channel of that person or situation. So this is very important to acknowledge the healing that you've done, so that so people can't come to you. You about to get banked up. You about to have so much money. You about to have so much money, and what's being revealed to you is that some people see you as even getting more. Come on now, this King of Coins, this is Littlefinger, the same one who was finessing Sansa, the same one. He rose from nothing. He used to own brothels. He used to own all that stuff in King's Landing. And now he's riding around in chariot, has his own family crest, has his own castle. But he wants more. He wasn't satisfied with that. He's like, I want the Iron Throne. What? Why do you want the Iron Throne? Why did he want it? He wanted it for power, not because it was his birthright, not because he wanted to change some things in the political arena and make life better. He wanted power. So there's this idea that you are a supply for somebody, or maybe a lot of somebody's. You are an energetic supply. You're about to be a monetary supply for someone who's watching you, who was once on top, but now they can't get their coins to grow. And this Page of Swords is this energy. Somebody may be studying you. Somebody may be watching you at this time, right? And don't allow this energy of the 5 of Swords, this manipulation, for you to feel like, oh, I'm smarter now, I'm wiser now, I'm gonna let this energy back in and trick them and play with them. Don't play with fire. Don't entertain nonsense. A lion does not turn around when a small dog barks. Know who you are, and there's something you just don't even need to respond to. Just straight up like that. Yeah, the devil card was on the bottom, and like my finger was like trying to pop out. It was like, nah, we're not responding to the things that aren't of our highest benefit. We're not doing that. People are getting their karma, and you have to let them go through it. Because you're trying to save them, you're trying to prevent them from getting something, you're going to get swept up in that tornado too. I'm really seeing like a tornado, and someone's like in there reaching their hand out, and you're trying to reach their hand. You're going to get caught up in that mess too. Stand in your power. In the same way the universe took care of you, the universe will take care of them. You will be victorious over this energy. You already were. Maybe you're not seeing it. Maybe you're still seeing yourself. This is this energy of maybe someone who was abused when they were younger, or someone was abused in a particular dealing. They didn't know what was going on. So even though they've grown up and grown past that, they still see themselves as that young person who was basically mistreated and victimized. And so you have to see yourself in a higher light. You're no longer that little inexperienced person. You're no longer a newbie in the game. You know what's going on. And as long as you're not desperate, and as long as you're not carrying the codependent energy of needing to Captain Save a Hoe and heal everybody, you'll know it's for you, and you'll feel okay saying, nah, that's not for me. I see what's going on. I'll keep you in my prayers, but I'm going to have to keep moving on over here. And know the times on those people who do deserve your investment. You have to say no to certain things so you know who deserves your blessing. Because there are some genuine people who looked out for you and who continue to look out for you, right? And you invest in those people, not in someone that you had to heal from, not in someone who has shown you that, yeah, I will lie on you, I will betray you, I will tell other people not to deal with you. And the divine is making that clear. So it's really on you at this point if you allow this energy back. Queen of Spears on the bottom, same thing, 6 of Spears. We got 7 of Spears, which is fighting for what you believe in. You're not letting up. You're getting yourself out of the Hangman's position, right? You put yourself in that position so you can get a new perspective. But staying in that position too long leads to stagnation. And this is a new start. Out of a place that wasn't growing, it's emotional fulfillment. And the divine is helping you to make money from your genuine passions. And that means you have to take your mask off and go from what really sets your heart on fire. And know that your gifts will make room for you. And know that if you dreamt about it, it can come to pass. It will come to pass. So let me start wrapping this up. Sorry, y'all. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, I gotta go. So yeah. So last message, same thing. Came out this way. Continue to be patient. Continue to allow the divine to help you and to help move you into this new area of being and living. It's an amazing place, guys. It's an amazing place, you all. And be yourself. I don't even talk like that. Yeah, guys. Like, what? If you talk like that, that's cool. But it's just like a certain way you assimilate to this life. And don't be ashamed of it. Like, we all had to survive. Now it's time for us to thrive. And you can only thrive when you're being your genuine self. Survival mode is off. There's no empress or emperor that's just surviving. You can't rule kingdoms and help other people if you just survive. You barely have enough for yourself. So this is you. Portal of light. She glides on wings through time and space. Major transformation. This is really honoring the divine. I'm reading from this deck because the universe, your guides, these celestial energies are trying to remind you that you have been here lifetime after lifetime. This is a culmination of many lifetimes. You're thinking like, oh, I'm this age. This is how long I've been doing it. Nah. I'm hearing millennia. Ancient power mysteries. Hear the rattle of Isis playing. Hear the call of spirit. Spirit is calling you to come into union with them. The level that you are reaching, spirit has to be your first confidant. Setting that time to meditate with them in the day before the sun rises. This is waking up early and spending time with them. And personally, I was just a little, I'm not sure if anybody in the collective is aware of this, but I was like, I could talk to spirit anytime. I don't got to get up this early, But it's just this energy of when you start to do it and you start to see why, it's for your benefit. The world is quiet that early. The world is pretty much tame. Depending on where you are, you may not hear any noise. So you can really tap in. All the energies of people asleep and dreaming before all the electronics start going and all the waves, more waves in the air, more thought patterns. Everyone is asleep. They're at a more calm level. So you can get through that barrier a lot easier in the AM. And so, especially going to where you're going in your career and where you see yourself, there's going to be times where you really have to consult spirit because your advisors may be giving you good advice. You may be thinking one thing, but one thing is for sure is the divine always has your back. And staying in close contact with them, you'll always recognize the voice of the spirit, okay? So notice the call. They're calling you now. And this is also you tapping into how you connect with spirit. Some of you guys get angel numbers. Some of y'all get synchronicities. Some of you guys get here's a lyric in a song. They communicate in ways that they know that you'll listen. So listen out for those ways, but also be willing to expand the ways that you can see the universe, the way you can see God, Allah, whatever you call your creator, because that spirit flows through everything. It's in the trees, it's in the ocean, it's in the waters, it's in the air, it's in the very ground that we walk on. So when you start to see yourself as a reflection of that divine energy, you can get your lessons anywhere. You get your messages anywhere, and you'll know which messages are coming from the highest light and which messages are just sent there to distract and deter you. Because please believe, if there's angels, you believe in angels, and there's demons. And please believe, if you believe in the creator, God, the universe, there is the devil, the karmic energy. That's the duality of it. You can't believe in one and not understand the other. So accept that, and that way, that's your armor, that's your foolproof, and that's your way you can filter the information that you get through that knowing. Okay, so follow us over on Instagram at Pharaohs Rise for daily vibes readings. If you'd like to book a personal reading, www.TotalUnderstandingTarot.com. Like this video, share, subscribe with someone who you feel would benefit from it. I love you guys. Stay strong. Keep pressing forward. This is harvest season. Get your harvest. Disregard the rest. Namaste.